Well, hello guys and gals, and welcome back to another edition of American Truck Simulator with me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose. And today we are going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be driving a modded truck. We're using the Peterbilt 389 from Viper 2. Now, last night I did a live stream and I drove this guy and had such a great time with it that I was like, man, I gotta do a recorded video on this truck because it is so good. Now, this truck's been around for a while. It was in ETS2. Viper 2 did it back then. It was converted over for ATS. It's probably been out for a bit. I just now started driving some modded trucks and getting into them to freshen up the game a little bit. And I can't believe I waited so long to get this one because it is so good. And so today we're going to just take a little tour of it. We'll do a little run on it, talk a little bit about ATS and some things that are going on, and just have some fun. So I hope you guys enjoying it. So just looking around the truck the way I've got it configured right now, lots of chrome, headache rack, airlines. Love this truck. Love it, love it, love it, love it. If you turn it on, you see I've got some chicken lights on it and all up in the back here. And then I've got some crazy high beam backup lights on the back of it as well. So if I turn, if I get her started up here, oh, listen to that sound. It sounds so good. But if I put her into reverse, yeah, I got some nice bright backup lights to illuminate whatever you might be doing. So it's looking good. I like the truck a lot. Let's jump in the shop and I'll just give you an idea of how customizable this particular truck is. So we'll jump in here real quick, go to the upgrade shop. And first thing you notice is you got plenty of cabs. You've got your day cab, your flat top day cab, your day cab sleeper. You've got your flat top sleeper. You've got flat top sleeper 63. You've got your ultra cab. So lots of choices you can make there and make this truck completely yours. Then you can jump in the chassis. You've got your standard 6x4. You can go 6x4 long, lowered. You can go up to a lowered long. You can do your 8x4 with the tag axle on it. You can lengthen it out. You can lower it. You can lower, lengthen. You can do basically whatever you want with that one. So you pick out your chassis. Then motors. You got a ton of different motors you can choose from, just like you did in ETS. Now, I have kind of adopted the belief that less is more in this game. You could throw in a 800 horsepower motor into this thing. You can muscle through just about anything, but there are no real heavy hauls in this. So when you start throwing in that really big motor, there's really no challenge to climbing hills and things like that. So I've sort of stuck with the lower horsepower motors. I took the 515, but I did take the Detroit diesel because I love the sound and the richness of that Detroit diesel. So that's what I'm running on my truck. Transmission wise, you've got your stock transmissions. I went with the Eaton Fuller 13-speed. I love me some, I really do love the 18-speed transmission. But I got to say, there again, with no heavy stuff in the game, I don't find the need to have those 4 extra gears down in the basement. So I drive pretty much like I'm driving a 13-speed anyway, so I've stuck with the 13-speed as I'm driving along. Otherwise, not a whole lot different on the interior. There are some different options for you in here. You can have the new classic wheel, or you can have standard. You can have standard with the Apple, which I can't stand that thing, and there's a fly in there as well. Nope, not for me. But I like the classic look. There's a 4-spoke version with the wheel being a 4-spoke wheel. It's pretty cool, but I don't like the wood grain on it. If it was a 4-spoke with a leather wheel, man, I'd eat that up. But yeah. So I went with just the standard interior on it. Paint job, you can do it up however you want to do it. With colors, you can do the metallic colors. And then included in the download, when you get your zip file, you'll find that the template is in there for you to create your own custom skin. If you don't know how to create custom skin, check out my video on how to do that. And use the template that is provided in here to mock it up and then get it into the game, and then you'll be able to paint it up however you want to do it. So I just went with a metallic. Again, normally I go with a red on this thing, but man, it looks so good in gray. I just couldn't resist leaving it the way it was. And then you get into the meat and potatoes of this thing and being able to customize it however you want. You can do everything on this thing. You can change out the bumper on it. You can put a bull bar on it or change out the bumper to whatever. All kinds of little options for you to stick chicken lights on here and do things. You can change out the fenders to be chrome or however you want them, painted chrome. You can come in, change out the sidebar here to be chrome or painted. You can have custom chicken lights on it, however you want to do your lighting on it. So that gives you all kinds of options there. You can change out your headlamps on it. You can go with old school or new school. Really, really old school. You can come back up here and go really old school on it. Or you can go completely modern with it and do any kind of look you want. So it really gives you the ability to do a lot of customization on this thing. You can come in, you can change out the Peterbilt logo on the front. You can put different looks on it. However you want to go it. You can come in here, you can change out the grill as well. You can all kinds of different options for you, how you want your grill, whether you want to go with the Pride and Class edition or grill with mesh or 3-bar, 5-bar, 7-bar, whatever you want to do. All that is customizable for you. Then you can get up on here on the top. You can put in different bug shields. You can put the bull horns on there. Then you get here in the center. You can change out your badge that's on the side. You can go with just a straight Pete logo. You can go Pete and flags. You can go the Pride and Class. Or you can just go with a chrome stripe the way I've got it on mine. You can come a step further back here, and that will give you the option to change from painted rivets to chrome rivets. Me personally, I'm a painted rivets guy. Let's see, you got your sun visor up here. You can change out you can add roof lights to it, so you can give it roof lights. You can come a step back if you want your beacons or you want an AC unit. Roof accessories. I did like the fact that he gives you your roof accessories just so you can put some air horns on here, so you have that look of having air horns. There's not too many accessories that you can actually put up here, but it does give you that option to throw the air horns on there, which is really all you need on your roof line. Air cleaner, all kinds of different options on it. I mean, as you can see, you could just customize the heck out of this thing. You can come back here on the back. You can put an air box in for your lines, or you can make an air stand with your lines. You can bring them all the way back here, back to the back. So if you were driving something like a lowboy or something like that, you would have them way back here in the back with your glad hands. So you can move them around however you want. I went with a stand, and then I went a step further and I added a headache rack in, or you could just put your lights all the way around the cab, however you wanted to do. But I'm a big fan of the headache rack, so I put one on here. I think it looks good because, back in the day, I was always seeing trucks with the chains all on the headache rack and tools back in here and everything. And you can change out your wing on the top of this particular one. The other thing that I missed last night, and I didn't see it because it's way up here and kind of hard to see, there is an adjustment here for the pipes. Last night it was a little bent out of shape because I didn't think you could change the pipes. I wasn't loving the pipes on it. But you can come in here, you can change your pipes all up. So he does give you all kinds of options for the pipes, which now I'm just absolutely loving it. You can go with 7-inch, bullhorn, I mean, whatever you want to do. I like these big fat straight pipes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave out of here. We're going to come right back in because I don't want to change up the rest of the customization. But I am going to come back in here and we are going to change the pipes on this thing because I want a different set of pipes. So let's grab that. I don't like the small pipes. I don't like small pipes with heat shield. I like big, huge pipes. I've run with the painted pipes before, but I think what I want to do is, no, that's not it. That's not it. I saw them earlier. Where are they? Is that? Nope, that's not it. Small pipes. saw what I want. That might be it. I thought there was a big pipe like this that was slightly angled at the top. Maybe that's it right there. Yeah, that'll be it. That'll work. That's what I want right there. Big pipes angled at the top. Yep. Confirm that order and then let's go drive, because I am ready to get in this truck and do a little cruising. So anyways, hope you guys like it. Again, there's so much you can do with this truck. So you can customize it a million different ways. Drive it one way, then customize it and drive it a different way. So anyways, let's get it started back up and listen to that thing purr again. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, enough of that. Let's jump in here and find a job and get to hauling, because that's what this is all about. I've already looked through here to find a route that was suitable. I could have done, I'm in Reading right now, and after looking around, the job that I found that I liked the most was the road roller going down to San Diego. I would have preferred to go into Nevada, but we'll stay here. We'll pretty much be on Interstate 5 most of the time, headed on down, but I didn't really see anything else that interested me. So we'll set our GPS. We'll get over here and we'll go pick up our load and we'll go. One thing I love about this truck, and I've got to reset my my track IR real quick. One thing I also love about this is the sound package. Now, I will admit I had a mod conflict between the sound package I was using for air brakes and parking brake and everything and this particular truck. So I did have to go into my mods, disable that other sound package so this one would work. But man, listen to this. Oh yeah, I mean the sound on it is spot on. The brakes, when you let off of them, you just hear them making their noise. It's a really well done truck. And I mean, it was well done when it was in ATS. I mean, when it was in ETS. So it's no shocker that it's a good truck in this game. So, all right, so we will run down here to the, I guess it's at the bitumen where we're picking up. But we'll run down here and grab our trailer that we're going to be hauling, and then we'll go from there. So like I said, we did a live stream last night, had a whole lot of fun. I want to thank everybody who came out last night and participated. We had a good showing last night and a lot of good people. I had a major wreck last night. It never fails. Anytime I do something like do the number 8 challenge, you know, where I jump out and just do an external view, somebody says, "Oh, what truck are you driving, Moose?" And I try to be cool and you know, go out of cab for people to be able to see what truck I'm driving. It never fails. I run into something, and I did that last night. I went out, we were cruising down the road. Somebody said something about the truck, and I jumped into an exterior view so they could see the truck. And sure enough, smack right into the back of a car. I came in the cab and the car in front of me just slammed the brakes on, and that was it. I was right up their rear end, and it was great because when you hit it, the car flew through the air. It was, you know, and of course I got frustrated, so my immediate response was, I'm just gonna run that car over, and I did. I always forget this one's got 2 entrances. I come into the first one, I always forget that this one's got multiple entrances into this place. So now we got to drive around here to get to this gate so that I can pick up my load. And we'll have to reverse back to wherever the trailer is. So we'll pull up here. Alright, take the job, and we'll back her up. I think this thing's only got 2 with this transmission. I think you only have 2 reverse gears. You got a reverse low and a reverse high. Whereas if you go in the 18 speed, you have 4 reverse gears. But that's part of the game. That's not necessarily this truck. Alright, let's roll back in here to this trailer. There we go. Hook it up. Let's go exterior and just take a look at what we got. See how good it looks. Looks pretty darn good to me. You know I gotta take a screenshot real quick of this thing so we can so we'll have it for a thumbnail. So let's make sure that we get a little look here before we head out. I'll do one on that side and then a little something here. There we go. That way I got something for the thumbnail of this thing, and now we can drive on. Alright, so let's hit the road without any further ado. We'll make our way out of here and head on down to San Diego. So one thing I want to talk to you guys a little bit about today is something that was brought to my attention last night in the live stream, and I don't know if the guy did it purposely or what, but last night there was somebody in the chat by the name of CSIO Technologies, and mentioned that he was a big fan and that he had a shifter that he wanted me to review. And I really didn't see the comment about the review, and somebody pointed it out. I did see where he had said something. I noticed where he subscribed to the channel, and then he said something about what shifter do you use, and I said, you know, a G27. And I really didn't see much from him after that. But when I went through and rewatched the video last night just to see how it went, I noticed somebody said, hey, he had a shifter he wanted to give you if you wanted it. And so I thought, well, I'm gonna go look and see what this is all about. And I looked up the company, and what it is this guy has, his name's Corey. He's gone through and basically done what I was working on with my shifter, but he's taken it a step further. And he took an Eaton Fuller shifter and has converted it over digital so that you can use a USB plug it into your computer, and then you would have the Eaton Fuller shift knob so that you would have your splitter and your range on the shift knob. And so now I did mine with mini switches, and it's worked just fine, and I've used a keyboard interface in order to get it to work in the on the computer, but it has its limitations. Sometimes the switches miss, and I have to, I'll miss a gear, and but it does work. I do have to go in and configure it a little bit different, and I have to, before I start, I have to make sure I turn off repeating keystrokes on my computer to make it work. But it works. But it's, again, I've been like, man, I need to make this a USB interface somehow and make it function as a button instead of as a keystroke. And it's one of those things I haven't really worked on lately because I've had other things going on. But apparently Corey has taken it a step further, and instead of using mini switches, he's using reed switches, magnetic reed switches for his, and is taking it a step further. He started a Kickstarter campaign in order to get the funding needed to make it a complete compact unit with a USB interface, have the USB card built into the actual shifter, and man, he's taking it all the way. And mad props to the guy, because he's doing what so many people have asked for. So many of you guys have wanted an Eaton Fuller shifter with a splitter and a range on it, and you've wanted to have that. Basically, the process is You'll get the shift knob from him when he's ready to, when he's ready to go retail on this thing. You'll get the shift knob from him. If you're using a G27 or a Thrustmaster, you'll just unscrew your shift knob off of your shifter, and then it's got a small little shaft that slides over your existing shaft, and then 2 set screws that you tighten up. That will lock it onto your shifter, and then you just plug the USB cable in, and you'll have the ability to use it with your with American Truck Sim. Awesome job, awesome job. Now, he still has his Kickstarter up. I know he says he's reached his goal on it, but he's working on getting a complete USB package on it. And again, there's a lot of expense involved in this. I don't know if you guys have ever priced it, but just the Eaton Fuller shift knob itself is... I need to slow down before I get a speeding ticket here. But just the shifter itself is anywhere between 25 and 50 bucks if you buy it like on eBay or Amazon. Now, if you go with a full 18-speed shifter, you're going to be looking at in the higher range, up around 50 bucks. You can save a little money by getting a 13-speed shifter and then tearing it apart and cutting the blocker legs off of it, because what it basically does is on a 13-speed, you've got these 2 little legs that come off of the splitter. There's 2 legs that come off of the splitter. Missed a gear. There's 2 legs that come off of the splitter that when the range button is flipped down, it doesn't allow that splitter to rotate clockwise or counterclockwise. But when you lift the range and it puts it into the upper range, those legs are then free to move and they can twist. You can actually take that apart, cut the bottom legs off of it, and you can use it as an 18-speed as well, and save yourself a little bit of money. Just a little tip if you're trying to DIY one yourself. But those are 25 bucks on the low side. So there are there's quite a bit of expense, and then he's got to have a custom USB board made with all of his programming that makes it function as he wants it to plug in. But once he gets it done, it's just going to be an awesome little thing. So there's quite a bit of money involved in getting it started up. So I can understand why he needs a little Kickstarter program to get it up and going. But I'm going to leave a link down in the bottom. It's CSIO Technologies. If you want to look into it, I'm going to give you a link to his Kickstarter program. I would love to see the Truck Sim community get behind this guy and help him out, because this is a product that everybody's been asking about, everybody's been wanting. When I mentioned that I was going to make one for myself, everybody was like, "Oh, Moose, make sure you do a video so we can see." It's quite hard to do. I'll tell you, I had to do a bit of machining to get mine to work, and I'm really curious to get one of his and see how it works and how well it is with the magnetic reed switches in there, because again, I use the micro switches on mine, and I admit there are times when I'll shift and maybe the switch has wiggled a little bit in there or whatever, and it doesn't pick up quite right, and I'll miss a gear or something, and then it throws me out of sync. I have to go back and reconfigure everything to get it back right, and it's just it's always fun to keep up with that one. Or something will break, I'll have to go back and do a little bit of repair job. So I'm curious to see how his works, and I'll probably pick one up myself. But I think like he had some lower end Kickstarter phases where you could give him a little bit of money and he would give you his gratitude, a little bit more money, and he would send you a everything you needed to do it as a DIY project, and give you some info on how to do that. And then you give him a little bit more money, and he'd give you like your name would be in the records for the project and all that other stuff. But like for $100, he would give you a fully functional version of it when it was released, and where all you had to do was take it, put it on your shifter, and go with it. And in all honesty, $100 for it isn't really that bad when you think about everything that is in it. If you went out and bought if you went out and bought an Eaton Fuller controller, 18 speed, and you bought a USB card from like, is it Derek Spears? I think it is Derek Spears. If you buy his USB card, which is $40, right there you're up around $100 anyway. So, which is the route that I went down, and or you go buy a G27 controller off eBay for $20. That's the actual route that I've ended up trying at first, and then I went with just tearing a keyboard apart and using a keyboard, because I didn't want to tear up the G27 controller. But you can see that the money adds up, and so even if you gave him $100 and you got your controller, you're helping fund a project that's going to help out people who are truck sim fans, as well as you're getting a shifter that you could use yourself. So take a look at it. CSIO Technologies. I'm totally behind helping this guy out, because it's something that is definitely needed in our community. So if you like to drive truck and a sim, you're definitely going to want to get it. So, and Corey, if you're watching by any chance, I'm sorry I didn't see what your comment was last night, and totally, if you want me to review it, I will be more than happy to review it. You're right out there, and mad props to you for getting it done. Anyways, yeah, I had to look that guy up last night after the live stream, and see what he was all about, and see what he was doing, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And the fact that he went in there and used magnetic reeds to do the connections on it, that's thinking outside the box. All right, so we're cruising along on Interstate 5, headed down south to San Diego in our Peterbilt 389, and I'm gonna do a no-no. It's time for the number 8 challenge. How long can I go before a wreck? Oops, swaying a little bit. Gotta get back in my lane. Alright, that's enough. Some car was about to pull in front of me and come to a stop, I'm sure. By the way, if you want to catch last night's live stream, it will be available on archive later on tonight. It'll probably go up around 3 o'clock my time in the morning. So that'll be Friday morning, 3 a.m. my time, I think, is when pretty much what I'm doing is I'm scheduling them to go up the following day, early in the morning, because it takes them a while to cook up anyways. Like a 4-hour live stream from Tuesday, I didn't even get to preview it until Wednesday around I didn't even get to preview it until Wednesday around like 8 o'clock in the evening. It was like after a live stream was over. So it takes a little bit of time for those to process up. So I usually give it 24 hours to get processed, and then I'll go through it, check it, make sure it's something that I want to put up, and then I'll put it up. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm digging this truck. My question is now, how do I justify putting it into my regular rotation or my regular game? I love this truck. This is the Peterbilt 389 is the truck that I've been waiting for. And honestly, when SCS put out the Kenworth, I was a little disappointed the 389 didn't come in the game at the exact same time. I was really hoping they both would. I'm really disappointed that it hasn't come in. I feel as a Peterbilt fan, I feel sort of slighted that I haven't gotten a 389 already. Especially since that's the route that I took. I decided to build a Peterbilt company, and I know most people will drive whatever truck in the game. They'll flip-flop around. They'll either drive a Peterbilt today and a Kenworth tomorrow and a Volvo the next day. But I'm sort of, on my legit account, I sort of want it to be more legit in the fact that I would be starting up a company. I want all my trucks to be probably the same brand. I'd probably be able to get some fleet discounts with my dealer when I started purchasing them, and so yeah, I'd head down that route. And also it just, as far as your in-house mechanic, you'd have your parts there. It'd be interchangeable. It'd be a lot easier to keep your fleet on the road, So that's sort of the reason I went down that road. But man, I'm missing having this truck. And my problem with adding it into the game is it breaks the economy, because this truck, fully decked out the way I did with all the lights, bells and whistles on it, was only $79,000, whereas a stock in-game Peterbilt 579, just the base model day cab's $99,000. Then you start upping the motor and putting some bells and whistles, you're getting around $140,000, $150,000. So, I mean, really, this truck is, that's my thing with mods. They're not priced right. They don't equal the game. If you're going to put a mod in, make it equal the game, and that way you're not completely breaking the economy when you throw it in there. And as you guys know, I'm trying on my legit account to play straight up, not changing the police fines. I'm not changing how, lessening the number of speeding tickets that you get or anything else like that. I'm not upping the value of the runs or anything else like that. Or all I'm doing is playing the game as it's meant to be played. And but I wouldn't mind figuring out how to get this truck in there until the game. And it's really just an internal struggle for me. But I'm starting to lean towards the dark side and wanting to put it in there, because this thing is just so nice to drive. Sounds so good. Looks good, drives good, feels good. It's all good. The AI in this thing is just terrible. The stupid things they do. Like last night in the live stream, I had an AI pull up to an intersection that was a controlled intersection. The traffic light was green. The car was making a right-hand turn at a green light and came to a complete stop and sat there for 2 seconds prior to making the turn. Come on. Can we not get that fixed? I mean, that's ridiculous. On a green light, there shouldn't even be a hesitation. Slow down, roll through that right-hand turn, and keep on going. But no, that car got to come to a complete stop. It's the same thing getting off the interstate. They'll come to a complete stop at the bottom of the off-ramp. Just about kill everybody on behind them. Little things like that got to get fixed. I haven't jumped into the beta to check it out, but I'm thinking about doing it this weekend. I'm thinking about maybe one night this weekend, loading the beta up, jumping in and doing a live stream on it just to see what the beta's like. But I sort of got my game where I like it right now with it. Oh, got me. I didn't even realize I was going that fast. Again, this truck, man, it's just so comfortable. I was just touching the gas a little bit and got a little bit too high up there. Most of the time I've got cruise control set when I run on the interstate like this, so I don't really run the risk of getting a ticket. I'll run it up to about 58 and let her ride. But yeah, I've got my game where I like it. I got a few mods in it that add a little bit of character to the game. I do have the yellow lights extension in there that lengthens out the time of the ambers. Other than that, it's just purely aesthetics, you know, changing the color correction or adding in realistic panel vans and adding in some more trailers and things of that nature. The Jazzy Cats package, stuff like that. My fear is I load the beta up and none of those mods work, which of course I'm guessing with the beta I've got to download them out of the Steam Workshop. So, but I'm curious to see where they've removed traffic lights, where they've added in turn signals, and what changes they have made, and how the Jake brake works with that 3-position Jake brake, which I'm really looking forward to. More than anything, I'm looking forward to SES implementing some more of the game. You know, it's about time for Arizona to come out, though, even though talking with other people, it just seems like it's a ways away. It doesn't seem like it's anywhere right around the corner, so, which is sort of a bummer. I would have thought the 389 would be in the game by now. I would have thought that a few things would have been changed by now, and that Arizona would be down the pipe. But more than anything, would have thought the 389 would have made it into the game by now. That car is just not yielding. Oh, it finally did. Which is, again, has got me doing things like driving the coast to coast map, so that I have a little variety, you know, so that I can get out of California and Nevada, because I've about got all these routes memorized. I'm almost to the point of going back and driving some ETS2 one night, just to have something different to do and have a little more variety, because like I said, I love this game. I absolutely love it. I drive it every day, but the scenery's getting wearing a little thin, you know. But this is the point where I start driving modded trucks, because I've driven the game. I've got a good little fleet built up over on my master account. I still need to grow it some more and get some more money coming in there and get more garages set up. But the account's coming along well. It's working good. This is where I can go drive some of the modded trucks and check them out and see what's out there. The next one I want to get is that Freightliner Classic. I happened to see the Northern Alex drive it the other night, and it just, like this one, it sounds so good. It goes a step further on the gearbox. You can hear the pneumatics on that one. Every time you shift a gear, you can hear them releasing and bleeding, and it's just, I want those sounds. Another thing I like about the sound pack in this one is how much highway whine is in it. You can hear it. You know, you're not just hearing the motor and the gear changes. I can hear the wheels whining on the road, the traffic's going by and everything, but hearing that constant whine of the tires on the road, that's kind of nice too. Nice job with it. It sounds real good. All right, here comes San Diego. All right, we're making a left at the top of this ramp. Oh, car, come on. I don't want to hit you. Somebody in the live stream too was asking me, it's like, how do you get how do you get used to driving with that big old box out in front of you? You just get used to it after a while. You learn where the end of it is and how you can make your turns with it. It's not that hard once you get used to it. And you'll start to figure out where you can put that nose to so you're centered up in the lane and all that. So I believe we're headed to the bitumen here in San Diego, which is where this truck is, or where this trailer is headed. So I think we just basically we hauled from one bitumen to another one. Interesting. I'm using the real heavy equipment package that puts some labels on the machineries. I don't think Bobcat makes a roller like this. I think it'd be more like a Caterpillar. I just wanted to listen to it a little bit more. Sounds so good. Just in love with this truck. Anyways, I'll put the link description for the download for this truck in the show notes, as well as I'll put the link description for CSI Technologies if you want to learn more about his company and maybe support him. I encourage you to take a look at it at least. And he probably won't be retailing his shift knobs until in the summer sometime. But if you do want to go ahead and you'd like to support it, get part of the Kickstarter, you can see what's going on there, and maybe it's something that you want to do. Oh, that's one of those traffic lights I really should have driven on through instead of just slamming the brakes on and coming to a complete stop. Oh, the lights are on in town now. Somebody in the live stream last night asked me about the clock. If there was a clock on this one, like was on the other version, on the Kenworth. There is not an analog clock like built into the dash, but if you look at the bottom of the Speedo, there is a clock there that tells you the time and temperature outside. Alright, so we'll just head right around here to our delivery point and drop off this roller. And that'll about do it for this episode. Oh, this is going to be that tight delivery. Alrighty, fair enough. Actually, this is a pretty easy one. Watch ourselves coming in. I'll just pull right down here. That thing is straighten up a little bit. And then I'm going to take a turn here. And then cut back a little bit. Alrighty. See if we can get her to turn in there. I will go ahead and turn on my mirror. And see what I'm doing here. Come on. Start going back there, trailer. Alright, see if I can get her to straighten up a little bit. Vart did not quite work out as well as I wanted it to. Kind of messed that one up there, kids. Alright. I'm turning the wrong way. That's what I'm doing. There's where I want her to go. Alright, get that to swing on around a little bit more. That should be good. I should be able to straighten up and I should be able to get credit for that. It's not perfect, but it'll count. There's that great sounding parking brake. Alrighty, and that'll do it. That'll get her in there. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you want to see the archive from last night, that'll be available after midnight tonight, my time. So sometime early Friday morning, it will be up and live for you guys. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your support. And if you have any comments, leave them below. And have any suggestions for trucks you want me to drive in the future, let me know that as well. And yeah, we'll get some more American Truck Simulator videos out for you guys in the near future. Until the next time, stay safe. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you consider giving it a like, maybe even sharing it with your friends. It does help me out a tremendous amount and is greatly appreciated. Also, leave some comments down below. That's really the only way I can gauge if you guys are enjoying what's being put out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want daily notifications. I try to do a new video each and every day. Also, if you want to stay in touch with me and find out what's going on, our social links are down in the bottom left-hand corner. Twitter is where I usually announce schedule changes, live streams, and new video releases. Facebook's a great way to get in touch with me if you have any questions to ask. And of course, I am trying to get to 1,000 followers on Google+, which I know I'll probably be old and gray before that happens. But if you can jump over there and follow me, it would be super awesome. So if you like today's video, there's a whole lot more content on the channel. I hope you'll browse through it, find something to keep yourself entertained until the next video or live stream. Speaking of live streams, I try to do them nightly around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until the next time, thanks again for watching. See you soon.